Hi, I'm Lyric. You might remember me from such short clips as Boy Falls Up and Boy Just Ain't Right. For the past 2 years, I've participated in the Biltwell 100 on my 1988 KLR 650. It's been reliable, predictable, and only tried to kill me once. But this year I wanted to try something different.
I hate this bike so much. It's terrible at everything.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Biltwell 100 is a desert race held in Ridgecrest, California. The event is 100 miles broken into 4 25-mile laps, though the number of laps varies by class. In previous years, I raced in the vintage monoshock class, which runs a full 4 laps, but because I'm hot garbage, I ran the novice class, which only has 3 laps for a total of 75 miles.
I'm alright, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
You crushed that.
Thank you.
As I was looking through this year's classes to see what I could take a shot at, one of the new ones was highly intriguing to me. Auto's Junkyard Challenge. Build and race the cheapest pile you can for 1 lap only. After the race, any of the other riders can buy your bike for $750. So I came up with an idea, emailed it over, and got hit with this response. Shortly followed by,
After weeks of searching the hellish landscape, also known as Facebook Marketplace, I finally found something that made me say, this is probably as good as it's going to get. Behold.
This video is brought to you by Biltwell, because if they didn't exist, I wouldn't be wasting my free time on this video creating bull.
Come on. Fucking. So yeah, didn't really feel confident if one of these was going to work. So how about 2? Got a deal though, 900 for both. I mean, I think it's a deal. So I figure if I build them both, it'll increase my chances of having something that'll actually run for me during race day. And I'll just pick whichever one disappoints me the least. So what the hell did I actually just buy?
So first up is this 2005 Vespa ET4. It's got a single-cylinder 150cc motor, which made about 11 horsepower new. Top speed is 65, CVT transmission, electric and kickstart just in case. 10-inch wheels all around, disc brake in the front, drum in the back. Weighs about 250 wet and has a fuel capacity of 2.4 gallons. With an average of 60 miles a gallon, you'll probably be able to go 140 to 190 a tank, depending on if your wrist has a tendency to lock up. To celebrate their 50th anniversary in 1996, Vespa released the ET4, their first 4-stroke model, kicking them off into the modern Vespa era. A bit of a soft handoff though, as at the same time they released the ET2, which was the same thing but just with a 2-stroke. The ET4s were available in 50 and 125 options, which was then replaced by the 150 after 1999. But these weren't even available in the US until 2001 when they were delivered with a liter motor, which stands for Low Emission Advanced Engine Range, in order to meet Euro emission standards, as well as make it smooth and reliable for sustained riding at high speeds, which the pre-liter motors were not quite capable of doing. So the ET4 I bought has a couple scratches, panels falling off, broken turn signals, but nothing out of the ordinary really for a scooter. But one of the more interesting descriptions from the sales ad was that it was pulled out of a garage fire, which to me means fire sale. But beyond that, someone did fix up the top end, which leads me to believe that this might have ran after. How long after? Not sure. But how well after? According to the rear shock with no nut and the Kickstarter with no bolt, which may or may not have caused me to kick it down and strip the teeth. Then there was a bunch of hoses missing and things disconnected, so probably not well. Overall, I'd give it a 3.2 out of 7.4. The other scooter I got is this 2010 S150. Specs-wise, it's pretty much the same as the ET4, 150 cc's, 60 miles an hour, and while this version's carbureted, they switched over to fuel injection in later 2010. The only difference in my view is that the front has 11-inch rim instead of 10. So in 2005, the ET4 was replaced by the Vespa LX, which was chosen because LX is the Roman numeral for 60, marking the brand's 60th anniversary. 2 years later, in 2008, the S150 was released as a sportier, more minimalist alternative. Sportier meaning that it has red race springs, a rectangular headlight, and a chrome racing stripe, while the LX has a circular headlight and slightly less chrome. So now what's wrong with this one? For starters, it's lacking some chrome, has a bent lever and floating turn signal. The front end has been crushed in a little bit, but the spring still looks fast, which is probably aided by the lack of a front fender. Some rust covered by scratches, which was then covered by paint, and then more scratches in a different direction, a rusty exhaust, some stains I'm not quite sure where they originated from. The seat has a speed hole, floorboards are trying not to be floorboards, and a lot of venting for the gauges. Overall, a 6.3 out of 78. On the next episode, I bring the scooters to a professional Vespa mechanic who explains things to me using keywords such as catastrophic and why.
This is the stupidest idea I've ever heard. No, I'm insulted, Phil. It's a little crazy.
Can't believe you made me waste my Saturday doing this.
Yeah, alright, that's you do it.